In 1940, Roosevelt was elected for a third term. He promised to maintain American neutrality. Roosevelt told voters, "You boys are not going to be sent into any foreign wars." However, Winston Churchill asked Roosevelt for military help and aid against the Axis forces. Roosevelt talked to Congress and got them. As a result, events in Asia, not Europe, finally led the United States into war. Also in July 1941, Japan invaded the French colony of Indochina. In response, Roosevelt banned American exports of iron and steel scrap to Japan. He also restricted the oil sale to Japan. In early 1942, the Allies faced a bleak situation on all fronts. This came to Germany controlling most of Western Europe. East of that, in Eastern Europe, the Nazis had advanced deep into Soviet territory. In fact, to North America, Erwin Rommel, Germany won a quick number of victories. Following that, in October of 1942, British troops defeated German forces at El Alamein. Then Rommel's army surrendered in May 1943. Also, December 7, 1941, Japanese bombers launched a surprise attack on Pearl Harbor. Naval, air, and ground forces were attacked in the Oahu Island. The attack caught American military leader by surprise, though aware of the possibility of a Japanese attack. After Pearl Harbor, Japanese armies took control of Hong Kong, Malaya, Thailand, Burma, Guam, and Wake Island. To the south, they occupied the Dutch East Indies and the Solomon Islands. They also threatened Australia. In fact, hours after the attack of Pearl Harbor, the Japanese bombed airfields in the Philippines. MacArthur commanded a Filipino-American army. He was ordered to command American forces. He said he will return to the Philippines. The trapped Americans and Filipinos gave a heroic defense against Japanese soldiers. On April 9th, they finally surrendered to the Japanese, but the Japanese captured nearly 70,000 prisoners, most of whom were already famished or sick. The prisoners were led on a 65-mile trek, but many prisoners died from either starvation or violence, so it became known as the Baden Death March. On the other hand, in May 1942, at the Battle of the Coral Sea, American and Japanese navies, a new form of warfare, planes taking off from the decks of huge aircraft carriers, attacked enemy ships many miles away. A month later, Japanese planned to attack Midway, home of a major American base. The attack destroyed the Japanese forces, ending the region of Japanese naval in the Pacific Ocean.